कि गत 10 वर्ष में जिसको जो रास्ता सूझा उस प्रकार से संसद में सबने अपना अपना कार्य किया। लेकिन मैं इतना जरूर कहूंगा कि जिनको आदतन हुड़दंग करने का स्वभाव बन गया है, जो आदतन लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों का चीरहरण करते हैं, ऐसे सभी माननीय सांसद आज जब आखिरी सत्र में मिल रहे हैं तब जरूर आत्मनिरीक्षण करेंगे कि 10 साल में उन्होंने जो किया। अपने संसदीय क्षेत्र में भी 100 लोगों को पूछ ले, किसी को याद नहीं होगा, किसी को नाम भी पता नहीं होगा जिन्होंने इतना हुड़दंग हो हल्ला किया होगा। लेकिन विरोध का स्वर तीखा क्यों ना हो, आलोचना तीखी से तीखी क्यों ना हो, लेकिन जिसने सदन में उत्तम विचारों से सदन को लाभान्वित किया होगा, उनको लोकतंत्र प्रेमी सभी लोग इस व्यवहार की सराहना करते होंगे। ये बजट सत्र अवसर है, पश्चाताप का भी अवसर है, कुछ अच्छे फुटप्रिंट छोड़ने का भी अवसर है। तो मैं ऐसे सभी माननीय सांसदों से आग्रह करूंगा कि आप इस अवसर को जाने मत दीजिए, उत्तम से उत्तम परफॉर्म कीजिए, देश हित में उत्तम से उत्तम अपने विचारों का लाभ सदन को दें और देश को भी उत्साह और उमंग से भर दें।
All right, let's go straight across to India. Today is Mosmi Singh, who tracks Parliament and all the big political movements ahead of this big speech. Polomi, this is going to be Prime Minister Modi's, final Lok Sabha speech before the big election war. So everything he says today is going to be looked at very, very closely, especially given the many political things happening in the background, whether it is the disruptions in the previous session, the disintegration of the India alliance, many, many things happening. The Prime Minister is likely to speak for an hour or more. What do you think? What's your expectation, Bosnia?
Clearly, Shiv, the precursor of that in what the President said in her address to the Joint House of the Parliament.
Yes.
And then, Nirmala Sitharaman, the Finance Minister, though it was his shortest budget speech, went on to express and elaborate about the confidence of the Modi government over its policies. So clearly, be rest assured, it's not going to be a short speech for sure, because as you said, that this is the last address that it is going to be in the Parliament before the elections kickstart.
Yes.
So really, the Prime Minister would be honing his oratory skills, would be at his attacking best, and also reaching out to the public at large, addressing and elaborating, lacing his speech with all the political jargons and phrases and the shero shairi that his speeches are usually trademarked with.
Very interesting. Polomi is also with us, and she's going to be in Parliament like Mosmi is. Polomi, the budget, the union budget speech by Finance Minister Sitharaman, went off quite peacefully considering how we've seen Parliament, have meltdowns in the recent past. What are we expecting to see happen today? Like I was telling Mosmi, this speech comes at a time when the opposition has most definitely seen better days in terms of cohesiveness, in terms of unity of action, etc. With just a few weeks left, it seems like Prime Minister Modi holds all the cards, and that's what is perhaps going to be seen in his speech today.
Absolutely. There will be fireworks in this speech. Of course, the Prime Minister will go all guns blazing at the opposition, at the India bloc. Of course, he's not going to refer to them as the India bloc. He will, of course, refer to them as the Indie bloc or possibly I.N. D.I. But the fact of the matter is that, the Prime Minister set the tone for this session already when he gave that pre-session media bite, where he clearly, usually his media bites before the start of a session are more conciliatory in nature. They talk about seeking the cooperation of all parties and, their party leaders and their floor leaders for the smooth functioning of Parliament. But this time round, the tone was completely different. He spoke about how, they had missed out on an opportunity, that they had become habitual disruptors, that they are, they thought that this was a message that was going out to the constituency. But if you went down to their constituencies, no one would even remember how many times they disrupted Parliament. But in fact, if they had raised, productive questions in Parliament on behalf of their constituency, maybe their constituencies would have remembered them and the work that they did as they go into the 2024 general election. So that was the tone. He's going to go all guns blazing. He will be present in the House when the last Speaker of the Congress speaks, which is going to be the leader of the party, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. He will, of course, try to set the narrative for the opposition bloc. He, of course, had to open the debate, but he was in Bengal, so Gaurav Gogoi did. So he will, of course, conclude it. And then, of course, comes the Prime Minister's reply. So both those speeches are going to go all out at each other, but expect the Prime Minister to have the final word as far as this debate goes.